Hey all, this is your K-pop auntie Carly, and this is slush. That is a family recipe around the holiday times, and it involves apricot brandy. It's delicious. Thus, my side of the family saying, around Christmas time, it's time to get sloshed on some slush. It's lovely. Anyways, I am here today with some more Stray Kids reactions. I kind of slacked off on the requests this past weekend because it was the holidays. I did not indeed get sloshed, sadly enough, but those days are kind of behind me. Alright, so I am getting to some of your recommendations right now, and this was one of them. Chan and Felix emotional ending comment from their Sydney concert. So let's check this out. Go ahead and subscribe, and you can see when I'm coming out with stuff. If I don't do stuff daily, I'll try to catch up on it on days like today, when I'll just kind of plow through some stuff, because I'm on vacation, gosh darn it, so I might as well do whatever I want to do.
You know, having to have not only one brother, but 7 brothers.
Okay. Am I going to read out loud? I think I'll read out loud. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Felix speaking, having to have not only one brother, but 7 brothers. Even in the bus, I couldn't sleep because of all the memories that was going past. Oh, they're in English. Hello, idiot. They're speaking in English. I really miss Australia. Sorry, I might have to turn it up quite a bit here because I'm having a hard time hearing them over top of the audio quality and screaming. So if you hear me sobbing throughout both sides of these speeches, that was a mess.
Wow. Where do I begin? No, just having to be here with all 9 members. To perform in Australia for the first time.
His Australian accent is coming out real strong, and this one it's not always real strong, but actually his is a lot stronger than Chan's. I know Chan wasn't born but in Australia, but I think he was raised from a really young age in Australia. So, plus from what I've picked up, I'm sure he grew up in a bilingual, at least, household, and Felix, whether or not his parents spoke Korean, they at least chose not to teach it to him. My father had the same thing with his parents. He was born in Germany. I'm sorry, he was born in America to German parents whose first language was German, but they didn't teach him German on purpose. Okay, sorry for the first time is one of the most unforgettable memories.
One of the most unforgettable memories I could have had.
Gonna be getting emotional, huh?
Having to become a trainee of JYP, really, just hearing that news, I've never felt so happy before in my life, man. As I got ready and, went over to Korea, I was so excited, but the fact that I had to leave everything behind was a fatal lesson.
It was a fatal. Yeah, that's, I can imagine what it must have been like to be his age, because he was 17 years old and completely left the country to a place and it's not even like he knew the language. I mean, that took some intestinal fortitude on his part to do that.
But having to arrive in Korea, I thought, this could be a great start. And, I had nothing to start off with until I met all of my members, even though we weren't members that time, though we practiced together, and, I was glad to have someone that could lead me and show me how to do things.
Sure, he's talking about Jan.
And I couldn't be more thankful to the person that really taught me. Teach me to become not only a Korean person, but also a star.
That's really cool. It is really cool that Felix had that person in Chan it didn't just speak fluent English, because I'm sure there are probably other people in the company, as trainees, because I believe I heard that JYP actually has a pretty decent, like a lot of trainees compared to other companies. So there are probably other people who could speak English fluently with him, but to be that person who's also from Australia and could talk to him, about home, but also uh, teach him how to kind of be Korean as well, because it's his roots, to how to be a Korean in Korea and come at it from the unique perspective of I know exactly, like literally where you have been. So that's really cool to have that. I can imagine how much of a bond they have.
I guess at first I did feel that loss, but as that person gave me little footsteps and gave me little ways to climb up, I really did feel that I had something to belong to.
I feel like he has something to belong to.
As
Very
I found
cool.
my way up through the hills, I feel that, I was able to find each member one by one. And at first, the first person was Chan. The one and only Australian brother that had helped me throughout all the struggles. Even though we didn't know each other at first, but I did feel that, I finally know what it's like to have a brother now.
Very cool.
I sometimes I know what it's like. And having to have not only one brother, but 7 brothers.
Ads incoming. There we go. Corrected himself to 8, so this is obviously when Hyunjin was still around. 8 brothers.
Having 8 brothers beside me.
7 brothers and a boyfriend. Yeah, they're playing it up. They know what they're doing. So-
So, just having to find my own family, I really did feel like I had something to belong to. And, ever since we started Stray Kids, we started our own survival show. And there were ups and downs, obviously. And we did have...
Obviously, yeah, I watched the survival show over on Patreon, and that one, it threw me for a little bit of a loop. I wasn't expecting that, so, and poor Felix, man, he got very emotional. I can see why.
Just when me and Lina were eliminated,
Yeah, they said it.
I feel that I nearly lost everything.
It'd be
But the one
crushing.
thing that kept me going was Chanyeong afterwards had said, "Don't let me down. It's not over yet. There's still hope. So keep working hard and we'll be waiting for you."
Very cool. Yeah.
I think that's what really kept me going and, being
Yeah, and I saw on
through all my struggles.
the survival show how hard he did keep working both on his Korean and just kind of keeping up with things. So he
In the end,
took him at
we
his
turned
word.
out to be 9 members in one group. One team. We became Stray Kids, so I just want to say thank you to all my 9 members, all my 8 members.
I said 8.
8 members, sorry. Right now, I'm so nervous right now, but I'm so thankful to our little brother, Ian. He's always kind, always showing love. I'm thankful to Han for showing all his effort. His cool side, and I really enjoy that.
His cool side.
I see Lino, who's always dancing, and he always showing me how to do stuff. It really has taught me a lot. I'm
Dance leader.
thankful to Woo Jin Young, who's always showing. He's really knows how to do things. So really
He's really good at doing things. That's a good compliment. He's good at doing things. He's always showing me how to do things.
Teach me how to rap. And I'm very thankful for that. And Hyunjin always being by my side as a good friend and a dancer. So
Oh, Sungmin must have been injured.
Lastly, our leader, Chanyeong.
Skip Sungmin. He is obviously very nervous, messing up numbers and forgetting. Poor guy.
The person that taught me how to sing and also
Tell me how to sing.
so much confidence into singing.
So much input confidence into it because I had heard that he was really not confident in his singing voice, and he's got a good singing voice. Well, I think that don't take offense. I'm sorry.
Take offense, I'm sorry. No, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just, I don't want to cry right now.
Well, has to be something coming home after
I thought that I would be crying today
year or two,
on
I don't know.
stage, but
3.
it's so hard to keep it in. Lastly, we have our leader, Chan who's always taught me confidence, and not only confidence, but also taught me what's right and what's wrong. And I guess that he's being shown.
That's cool. Like, even that little thing right there, it shows me that Chan must be like a real stand-up quality guy for, somebody to say, hey, he's taught me what's right and what's wrong, because Chan's been in the industry, quote unquote, as a trainee for a long time. And to come in because I know Felix had a pretty short training period, and to come into that atmosphere that's so high pressure and so high stakes, and to be able to look at somebody that's your senior and say they taught me kind of in this atmosphere what's right and what's wrong, like that gives me 2 thumbs up for Chan's, yeah.
Showing me from the bottom to all the way to the top, but I guess I feel that I still have a long way through, and I still have a lot to learn from it, but I'm so thankful to have so many kind, I forget
How many?
8.
8. 8. And now he's crying.
So lastly, I'd like to say thank you, Stay, and you've been great to us.
Very cool. Screams.
Before we move on, I know that a lot of our stays have been standing for a while, and our stays have been back and sitting for a while. I know that that's tiring too. Alright, so can we all let's do some stretching?
Oh.
To the side.
Yep.
And
Really
other
nice.
side. And shake it off.
Well, easy on the shaky.
Can I see our stays? Hands in the air.
Hands in the air.
Sweet. 저희 오늘 혹시 저희 스테이들 볼 수 있을까요? 지금 좀 어두워서. Oh, sweet. We can
Well,
see
he's
your
talking
faces.
probably to the staff. As in coming.
Beautiful today.
Hi. Oh, he was asking for the stage lights and things to go up so they could actually see the people.
Sweet. First of all, I just want to say thank you to JYP and everyone else who's inside because they always help us, to grow stronger, and they always tell us, what's right and what's wrong, and they always help us go through everything. Also, I want to say thanks to the production team today. So,
Look at him getting his thank yous in first and foremost. Good guy.
thank you so much. I also want to say thank you to the Australian staff members who've been, helping us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. It was wonderful. Thank you. And yeah, I don't know where to start.
Don't know where to start.
Okay. 2010.
A while ago.
Audition for JYP, and it was here in Sydney. It was then when I auditioned, and there was 800 people.
800 people in the audition.
Apparently, I was the only one who got in.
Oh wow, 1 out of 800. I'm not bragging.
Not bragging. And I first went into company. I first left for Korea on April 2011, and after that, it was, I always missed
Yeah,
Australia.
I can imagine. Wonder how many times he's been back since.
So my family's here as well.
Very cool.
So my But you know, I just want to say sorry for being far from the hope for so long.
I don't think you could have done much about it. Apologizing for being gone.
I'm so busy as well. It's really hard for me to contact family.
Oh, he's apologizing to his family, contact friends. It's hard to contact family and friends.
To be able to see you guys.
He's getting all choked up.
Because when I left the plane and we arrived in Sydney and we took the bus to, I guess, where we were supposed to go to our hotel, every memory would pass by. Usually I would always sleep in a bus ride or whatever I could because I always get not enough sleep. But even in the bus, I couldn't sleep because of all the memories that were going past. I really miss Australia.
Yeah, I can imagine just watching the scenery go by. I get like that sometimes when I go back somewhere familiar that I haven't been in a long time. I just watch out the window silently because I see the landmarks.
And I guess the reason why I could be able to come home back to Australia was because of our 8 members. So I want everyone here to give a round of applause to our strangers.
He's an emotional guy. Yeah, I wonder if he could only have been.
I'd like to introduce you guys to our members.
I just pause myself. There we go. He could only have been home for a short, like a small handful of times, even for a short period of time.
He's always strong-hearted, and I know that he'll get better.
We have so many what? Hang on.
He's always strong-hearted. Next up, we have Sunmin.
First off, we have Ian, who's the youngest member. Okay, he's just pretty much giving me
Next up, we
introductions.
have Sunmin. We might be hurt right now, but he's always strong-hearted, and I know that he'll get better soon.
Chang Ben, considerate dude,
Next up, we have Han.
who's always been good at everything.
Always been good at everything, and he always listens well.
Good listener.
So I just want to say, thanks, man.
I think they've been together for a long time, haven't
Next
they?
up, we
Even
have Hyunjin.
beforehand, before Stray Kids formed.
Sometimes I could be a bit harsh to him. There were times when, because Hyunjin would always, he'd always stress out to how to get stronger and how to always improve. But then I was always a bit strict to him. But I'm just really glad that he could cope with that and always, I guess, fight on.
So that's interesting because I'm wondering if he's saying that he was like strict and tough with him because that's kind of what he needed at the time. Because what guys don't need when they're the type of personality like I'm picking up with Hyunjin, that they have this real big internal drive to get better and just this obsession towards improvement and being the best. What they don't need is somebody that's like, it's okay, you'll get it, don't worry about it, next time, because they have that drive inside of them already. And if they have somebody that can be strict with them and can really harness that desire that somebody like Hyunjin has to just work their tails off and excel, like that's a really good mentor-mentee pairing if you can fill that role. So I mean, it's cool that he's apologizing, say, hey, I'm sorry that I was so strict on you and stuff, but I think that that's exactly what Hyunjin needed because of that internal drive that he seems to have. And it sounds like Chan recognized that and says, this guy can afford to be pushed. Like, he wants to be pushed, and if I can just be strict and tough on him, then he's gonna eat it up. It's so yeah, I can see that. I can see that being honestly, Chan being a big reason as to why Hyunjin excelled like he did, because he had somebody to really push him on and make him say, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, nice. Chang Ben.
Who's
Hard to hear.
I could always rely on. And
I can always rely on him, and he always listens to me.
In the same dormitory and live in the same room.
They used to be roommates.
Because I'm the one who can't sleep that well, but we'd always talk on and on. And I just want to say thanks, Hyunjin.
Very cool. Good support structure. So you know for being my man.
He always just makes me laugh.
I'm guessing he likes dry humor.
I think the only 97 liner in there too. But I guess he's just really strong and I can really rely on him. And even when I have a hard time, I don't show that to my members sometimes, but I do show it in front of Hyunjin.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons that I know that there's a lot of theories and controversy and stuff possibly around him leaving the group, but like that's one of the reasons that I'm kind of sad that he's not in the group anymore. You know, just dismissing, you know, if nothing happened, you know, if it just is kind of just looking at what I'm trying to say is whatever happened, you know, however that came to be, like him not being in the group anymore this is one of the reasons that it's kind of sad, because the other groups that I'm reacting to right now, I'm reacting to ATEEZ and BTS, and they both have leaders who have somebody in the group that is older than them. And you can tell in those groups that there is a bit of a different relationship there between the leader and the older members, because exactly for this reason that he just talked about right there. And I've said it before that it's kind of like, you know, the military thing, where, and it's in workplaces too, where you don't complain down, you complain up, you know, complain or problem solve, or not problem solving, that's the incorrect word, you do problem solve both ways, but you don't bring your problems to the person who ranks less than you. You know, a sergeant doesn't bring his problems to a private and kind of complain. You know, a sergeant is supposed to bring his problems and complain up to a sergeant major, a lieutenant, you know, something like that. A lieutenant is supposed to bring his issues to a captain or to a major you're supposed to complain up the chain of command, not down. And that's like with age hierarchy in Australia, that's kind of the same thing going on here. And in other groups, you know, the leader kind of has, you know, they're not really able to bring their issues so much, at least on that leadership level. You know, I'm not talking necessarily on a personal level, but like a group business level. Bringing stuff to the younger members is kind of a little bit of an issue for a leader, I can see. But when you have an older member, you're able to kind of talk up a little bit. You know, so it's really sad that he doesn't have Hyunjin to, and I'm sure he talks to some of the other guys, don't get me wrong, but, you know, this right here, you know, I guess it's that he's saying that, you know, even when he couldn't really talk, you know, I'm having a hard time, I don't show that to my members sometimes, you know, but I do show it to Hyunjin because he's the big brother, you know, so it makes me sad for him that for Chan, he must have gone through such a hard time, you know, and it makes me sad. He must have had a hard time with his going, because he didn't have that person to talk to anymore. And I'm sure that helped him bond with the other members more, you know, to be able to hopefully express himself and talk to them more, but he lost that. What he was just talking about there, he lost that. That's really sad. Okay, next up is Felix. Felix came to Korea 2 years ago.
I actually heard about that he would be coming, and I was anticipating it. And when he came, I was pretty surprised. He has a really low voice. My name is Felix. So you're Felix? Yeah, my name is Felix. Nice to meet you. And because Felix, he's not really that used to Korea, and he'd always have a hard time. Sometimes he'd feel lonely. Sometimes it's not just me, but he misses his family as well. Sometimes he couldn't get along with other trainees. Sometimes he wouldn't understand the system. But
yeah, I can see that being totally
So I guess
foreign to the concepts.
I
And
told
yeah,
him that he's not the only one. You know, I went through that as well.
I can imagine the cultural clash that happened there because as an Australian, as a Korean Australian, he wasn't used to that structure that's present inside of Korea. That so you're saying I didn't get along with other members, with not other trainees. I wonder if it had to do something like that, where he's kind of seen as I know overseas, Americans are seen as kind of the abrasive Americans, and Americans and Australians get along really well because they're very loud and vocal, and you want to go to a bar and you can probably pick out the American and the Australian. They're the loud guys wanting to dance on the bar top. Because I didn't want Felix to go through that as well.
I didn't want Felix to go through that as well, so I think I was a bit more strict to Felix. But I'm sorry, and thank you to Felix because he was always there to
So he's
coach me.
saying that he was strict to him as well, but he was also doing that because he wanted him to grow quickly. And we saw that in the survival show that it was one of the reasons that he was eliminated was because he didn't have a grasp on the language and stuff that he needed to in order to be a K-pop idol. You can't really it would be hard to debut as a K-pop idol and not really know Korean. So I can see that being strict out of a brotherly love and saying, hey man, you've gotta come along and you gotta learn, otherwise you're not gonna make it out of this with us.
And he always listened to what I said. So he was so strong, and I'm just really glad that he could enter me a part of this team.
Very cool. Yeah, he's strong through it all. Listen to him.
We'll come back to our hometown in Australia.
And now they're making each other cry. It's contagious. Yeah. Not in the video, but Chan said his goal was to make Felix cry. He did. Hugs. Going back in for another hug, Felix. So cute. That was it. Hey. Cute. That was cute.
Having time.
All right. Yeah, that was really cool. I got some more insights on the guys and who they are, talking about other members too. I liked that. That was fun to kind of see them in their hometown like that, and I like it. These guys they're good guys. They're good guys because you can see us. They're not really. I don't know how much of that was pre-planned, as everybody coming home to Australia, they're probably thinking about things that they're going to be saying, but you can also see that that's really totally coming from the heart. So very cool. I liked it. All right, I'm gonna go not get sloshed with my slush. Have a good day.